Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Palmyra-Eagle High School for tonight's contest between the Cambria-Friesland Hilltoppers and your Palmyra-Eagle Panthers. Tonight we want to recognize our parents who devote their time and dedication to their players. Brian and Emily Harbison, parents of Alex. Corey and Lynn Jones, parents of Wilson. LQ Victoria and Justin, parents of LQ McDonald. Justin Dusing, father of Dane. Lance and Shayna Lebanowski, parents of Logan. Joshua and Molly Mishler, parents of Xavier. Michael and Jamie Skelton, parents of Luke. Steve and Heather Harrison, parents of Stephen and Brody. Duncan and Lisa Ireland, parents of Landon. Brett and Carrie Walsh, parents of Dylan and Zane. Kevin and Jennifer Brodzik, parents of Ryan. David and Jennifer Johnson, parents of Brett. Justin and Shelley Thomas, parents of JJ. John and Tiffany, parents of Dylan Reiner. Josh and Jenna Schaefer, parents of Gavin and Gabe. Zachary and Tiffany, parents of Aiden Jones. Joel and Becky Colazar, parents of LJ. JR and Jillian Rapinski, parents of Lawrence. Fred and Jessica Burrell, parents of Johnny. Scott and Krista Anton, parents of Dalton. The players wish to thank their parents and special guests for their never-ending support in their academic and athletic pursuits. It is the support that makes their high school journey the best it can be. The coaches also extend their thanks to the parents and special guests for all they do to help make the Panther football program a success. Thank you, Panther parents. You may now leave the field and look forward to a Panther victory. Palmyra-Eagle Panthers win the coin toss, elect to receive the opening kickoff.
Yep, it's a basketball. Yeah, we got about a little less than a month.
Yeah, I was going to say, literally.
Fans, plenty of time to grab yourself a treat before the game gets started. You got walking tacos, hot dogs, all types of beverages over there. Help support the Track Booster Club. Fans, let's hear it for the Palmyra-Eagle Pep Band, rocking it out here tonight in the bleachers. By senior Thomas Potts. Good job, Thomas. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the Trailways Conference matchup. First, for the guests on the scoreboard, Cambria-Friesland Hilltoppers would like to be recognized as a team. Welcome, the Cambria-Friesland Hilltoppers. Now let's meet the starting lineup for your Palmyra-Eagle Panthers. Our senior, number 2, the quarterback and defensive back, Wilson Jones. Our wide receiver and defensive back, number 8, Logan Lebanowski. A wide receiver and corner, number 10, Xavier Mishler. A wide receiver and defensive back, Lucas Skelton. Our wide receiver and safety, number 21, Dylan Wall. Running back and linebacker, number 33, Brett Johnson. Offensive lineman and a defensive lineman, number 52, Dylan Reiner. And offensive line and defensive lineman, number 53, Kevin Schaefer. Fans, let's hear it one more time for your seniors and the rest of your Palmyra-Eagle Panthers.
And we welcome those of you who are watching now to our final stream of the regular season here in football as the Palmyra-Eagle Panthers take on the Cambria-Friesland Hilltoppers in a Trailways Conference battle. I am Nolan Kaplowski. Thank you for joining us here today, as this is a Palmyra-Eagle team looking to get out of a slump and looking to get above 500 and finish the season above 500 for the first time since 2019. They sit at 4-4 on the year with a 2-4 record in conference, losing last week 34-15 to Lord's Academy. And Cambria-Friesland, the Hilltoppers, have secured a 500 season, sitting at 5-3, 4-2 in conference, most recently getting a win last week, 22-20 versus Westfield in overtime. Talking about Palmyra-Eagle last week against Lord's Academy, it was ultimately a game of mistakes for Palmyra-Eagle that cost them, as they lost 3 fumbles in that game, 2 from running back Brett Johnson and 1 from Xavier Mishler. However, Brett Johnson did record over 100 yards rushing that game, as well as a touchdown. It was a very good game for them on the ground. And Ryan Brodzik also stepping in as his first start at quarterback, and he did a very good job. 17 for 26, 120 yards, a touchdown and an interception, in what overall was still a good passing day for Palmyra-Eagle. And as for the Hilltoppers, an overtime victory where they only completed 1 pass in the entire game for 9 yards. It was Carter Drews, the starting running back, who has been in the mix for the top 10 rushers in the state all season, who had 39 rush attempts for 228 yards and 3 touchdowns in that one. As we get underway here, Palmyra-Eagle to receive the ball first. It is Walsh with the football, and he will bring it up to about the 25-yard line after a 10-yard return. And so Palmyra-Eagle starts at the NFL touchback line at the 25-yard line. So out come Palmyra-Eagle. And the Panthers looking to get things rolling early here. And obviously a clear size advantage when you look at the lines of these two teams for Cambria-Friesland. So Palmyra-Eagle, the trick will be to strike early here and try to make the Hilltoppers go through the air more than they would like to. As Ryan Brodzik starting out at quarterback here tonight. 2 receivers out to either side of him with Brett Johnson in the backfield. Man in motion is Walsh. And a low snap and a quick pitch to start this game to Brett Johnson. And Brett Johnson has a nice gain of about 8 yards to start this one off of a broken play on a low snap. And great work by quarterback Ryan Brodzik, able to quick pitch that one out to Brett Johnson. And Johnson found a lane and was able to make something out of originally nothing. And we'll call it a second and a short 2 here for the Panthers. And remember last week against Lord's Academy, Lord's Academy started out with a surprise onside kick before fumbling it. And Palmyra-Eagle had a nice drive going before fumbling it on that one. They'll make sure to try to clean up some mistakes on their first drive here tonight. Brodzik gets the snap, hands it off to Brett Johnson again, and Johnson is going to be tackled down by a couple of Hilltopper defenders. Evan Capetta getting in there along with Ivan Leha. And that's a Panthers first down, but Evan Capetta, a name to keep an eye on, as last week 1.5 sacks and 4 tackles. He has 2.5 sacks on the year. He was big in wrecking the backfield last week, and he'll be somebody to keep an eye out for today, as he's already been involved in a play on that short gain by Brett Johnson. But again, it wasn't enough to advance the sticks for Palmyra-Eagle. Here's Brodzik taking the snap now. Looking around, quick pass over to Harbison. Harbison makes a man miss, now cuts it back inside, and Alex Harbison on that little screen play has a gain of 11 and a first down for Palmyra-Eagle. So Palmyra-Eagle, a good first few plays here on offense. And again, this is a team that is no stranger to moving the football. They have had a lot of talent at moving it both through the air and through the ground. And again, it's just been cleaning up the mistakes and being able to stop them on defense that has been some of the key issues for this team that have plagued them through their conference schedule. Brodzik takes the snap, looking around. Brodzik, little quick pass out. And after a gain of about 4 or 5, it'll be dragged back. Forward progress will give him that gain. The pass was complete to Alex Harbison again. And a gain of 4 makes it 2nd and 6. Alex Harbison has been utilized a lot more as a wide receiver since Brodzik came in as the starting quarterback the past couple weeks. He has done work out of the backfield. He has done a lot more work as a receiver. And obviously we know early on in the season he had 2 returns for a touchdown on special teams. So this is a guy who has just, again, been kind of the Swiss Army knife of this team all season, as they're going to pitch this one to Brett Johnson. Johnson looking around, trying to hit the outside. Here's Brett Johnson getting the corner, and Johnson looking for a nice gain, and then dragged down after a great gain up past the 40-yard line. Enough for a first down on a gain of 16.
The first down and 10 for the Panthers.
A very nice work by Palmyra-Eagle. This is a team that has given up 960 or 951 rushing yards on the year coming into this one, and just over 1,000 passing yards. So not really a distinct weakness between either side of this defense, but people have been able to rush on them. Brodzik looking around, feeling some pressure, rolling right. Brodzik looking downfield. He's going to have to toss this one away. Closest receiver in the area was Logan Lebanowski. And it's 2nd and 10.
Ashton Brushman with the quarterback pressure. Logan Lebanowski in the area.
For Palmyra-Eagle, they, of course, have given up a lot of rushing yards, almost 1,800. But only 700 passing yards this season. Again, a lot of these Trailways Conference teams, however, are big believers in the pass, or rather the rush. They bring Harbison into the backfield. Walsh and Mishler out wide. It is Lebanowski who is in at the tight end position right now. Brodzik takes the snap. He hands it off to Harbison, and Harbison finding some space to work. And a nice gain by Alex Harbison there before being brought down by Hoyt Helmer.
Third down and 3 for the Panthers.
And it's going to be 3rd and 4 coming up here for Palmyra-Eagle.
Be 3rd down and 4, tackled by Omar Salgado.
Palmyra-Eagle getting the play in crowded backfield right now. Of course, expect some of them to space out. Palmyra-Eagle got to get a play off here down to the last 5 seconds. And they do. Brodzik handing it off. Right back to Johnson, and Brett Johnson on the carry, brought down by Callan Drews after a 3-yard gain, and it'll be close, but not quite enough for a first down. It'll be 4th and 1, and now a Panther is down on the field, and I believe that looks like Gabe Schaefer. And so we will take a short break as Palmyra-Eagle driving here, but it is a 4th down. We'll see what they do with 7:15 to play in the first quarter. We'll be right back here on PETV. We are back here on PETV, and it is good to see Gabe Schaefer able to walk off gingerly, but still under his own power, and wishing the best for him as he gets that injury checked out. So Palmyra-Eagle now coming back out on a 4th and 1, and it appears that they are going to go for it. It would be a long field goal for Walsh, but within his range. But again, to likely beat a team like this, where you are most likely considered the underdog, you know, you'd have to expect to take some chances early on, especially on a 4th and 1 here. And they're going to take a shot, and this ball is tipped and incomplete on play action. Brodzik had a slant route, it was behind him, but I believe, again, it was tipped off of a lineman's fingers, off of Cambria-Friesland. And it is tipped at the line, and so a turnover on downs is where Palmyra-Eagle starts their first drive off with here. And so now we will get to see the offense of the Hilltoppers for the first time tonight. Handoff and a little power running scheme that will get him a nice gain of about 9 or 10 yards there. Gain of 10. Carter Drews on the carry. And it'll be a 1st and 10. And again, Carter Drews has been doing that all season long. 159 attempts this season, 1,368 yards on the ground, along with 22 touchdowns. 6th in the state in overall rushing touchdowns, 7th in the state in rushing yards. As Carter Drews back at it. Drews looking for some space. He will find some. And another first down here as Carter Drews, again, he has 8.6 yards per carry on 159 carries this season. Just remarkable numbers for Drews. As Cambria-Friesland loves to run this power running game behind a lot of their linemen. They'll set up again in a tight formation. Taking the snap, and it looks like a little quarterback sneak this time. On the carry there was Callan Drews still.
Carries, Drews bring up 2nd down and 6.
It's a gain of 4 by presumably Carter Drews' brother there. Callan, who has 55 attempts of his own this season, 354 yards, and 7 touchdowns for him. And taking the snap is Carter Drews, and he will be up past the first down after a gain of 6.
6-yard gain by Carter Drews.
And the Hilltoppers once again moving the chains, I believe. And they will.
Good enough for a 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10 from...
So 1st and 10 for the Hilltoppers, and haven't even gotten a look at Dayton McBride, their quarterback, who only has 53 passing attempts on the season. And a nice handoff here to Drews, who nearly had a touchdown but could not spin out of the tackle from Dylan Walsh, but nonetheless a very nice gain into the secondary and good enough for, yet again, another Hilltoppers first down. There's a nice open field tackle there by Walsh. Again, Carter Drews, hard person to bring down. Just remarkable. He also has 13 two-point makes this season. They have just rode him to their record as he continues to churn before being brought down by Walsh and Harbison. And Drew's a little slow to get up, but he is good. Good enough for, you guessed it, another Hilltoppers first down. It is Parents' Night and Seniors' Night here at Palmyra-Eagle High School field. Parents were recognized before the game, and seniors will be recognized at halftime. Here's a little power running scheme with the quarterback. Dayton McBride again on his first carry of the game, and he has a carry for about 10 yards. We'll see where they mark it. I believe it looks like it's enough for a first down. It might be a yard short. It will be marked a 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1, as Lebanowski brought him down. In the red zone, here are the Hilltoppers. The Drews brothers back there taking the snap. They're going to direct snap it to Carter Drews, who is really stuffed for the first time today. Alex Harbison, Logan Lebanowski in on that tackle, and it was Gavin Schaefer who got to him first.
Tackled by Gavin Schaefer, Logan Lebanowski.
So good enough for a first down, though, and it is going to be a 1st and 10 for this Hilltoppers squad.
And goal from the 5-yard line.
Direct snap to Carter Drews. Drews running with the pile in to about the 1-yard line.
Carter Drews carried for about 3 yards.
Good for 3. They wanted a touchdown, did not get it. So it'll be 2nd and about 2 here at the goal line.
Tripped up by John Burrell on the play.
Carter and Callan Drews once again lining up in the backfield. It's going to be a direct snap to Carter Drews. Drews pushing his way, and he is in for the touchdown. And Cambria-Friesland strikes first as the Hilltoppers now lead 6-0. And all powered behind that big O-line that this team touts as well. Austin Evans is the kicker. He has 17 extra point attempts this season. He's made 11 of them. And it appears, though, as if they are going to go for 2. As once again, Carter and Callan Drews back there, and Carter taking a lot of snaps himself. And this is going to be a false start. Pretty easy to see. A couple of Cambria-Friesland Hilltoppers went early there. And so back them up 5 yards, and now we'll see what they elect to do here.
The try will be from the 8-yard line.
And it appears that they may be bringing on Evans for a potential kick situation. We'll see. Evans did come onto the field. Nope, they are still going to go for 2. Two receivers out wide to the left. Nobody out to the right. Man in motion. Carter Drews takes it. Drews trying to churn his way into the end zone, but I don't believe he got there. No, about a yard or 2 short, and the score will remain 6-0 Hilltoppers with 2:41 to play in the first quarter. We will be right back with Palmyra-Eagle's second offensive drive here on PETV.
Of the 6-0 Hilltoppers
We're back here on BETV with the Panthers senior night football game here against the Cambria-Friesland Hilltoppers in some Trailways Conference action. As the kick here is low and taken by Walsh. Dylan Walsh looking to go to his right, and Walsh will run out of room at around the 35-yard line. Knocked out finally by Simon Vole. It's good for a 20-yard return. 1st and 10 from their own 35. Palmyra-Eagle setting up shop and just ran out of downs last time around. Went for it on 4th and 1, and the pass got tipped at the line. But they had some success moving the football before that, both through the air and on the ground. And they will need touchdown here to match the score of the Hilltoppers. Two backs in the backfield, Harbison and Johnson, a situation, or rather a formation we saw a lot last week. They brought it back this time. Brodzik takes the snap, hands it off. Nope, fakes the handoff, now hands it off to Brett Johnson. And it is Austin Evans who gets him down after a gain of about 2, maybe 3, for 2nd and 7 coming up for Palmyra-Eagle.
Tackled by 22, Austin Evans. Bring up 2nd down and 7.
And a lot of this success on the ground also comes from the 1-2 punch of, obviously, the power from Brett Johnson. And he's been back there all year. And then Alex Harbison, who recently has been taking some snaps out of the backfield. And he is, again, one of the speediest, if not the speediest guy on the football field for the Panthers. Brodzik takes the snap. We'll pitch it over to Harbison, and Harbison is going to be brought down in the backfield by Carter Drews, who is doing it both on offense and defense here for the Hilltoppers. It's going to be a loss of 1 and brings up 3rd and 8 for Palmyra-Eagle.
I don't know. Sorry.
So here come the Panthers on 3rd and 8. Only Brett Johnson in the backfield. 4 receivers set. Xavier Mischler in motion. Makes a trip to the right of Brodzik. He'll take the snap. Brodzik looking around. Pocket collapsing. Brodzik is just going to have to escape and is tackled down by Austin Evans after a gain of about 4 and makes it 4th and 4 rather.
3 to 4 yards on the play, brings up 4th down.
And so Palmyra-Eagle, and they're going to keep their offense back on there. Looks like, no, actually, they're bringing Brodzik off. Bringing on Zane Sprager, and Walsh will back up to punt the football. Deep to receive is Hoyt Helmer for this Hilltoppers team.
Hoyt Helmer did to receive.
Walsh punts it away. It's a nice sky ball, and this one is going to be able to be downed inside right near the goal line, and that's going to be inside the 10-yard line. And a nice punt by Walsh there that will set up Palmyra-Eagle with a good position on defense, and Cambria-Friesland with something to be desired on offense. 53-yard punt, and they start over on the 9-yard line. So Cambria-Friesland, who again we saw get about 10 yards a rip on their first few rush attempts of the game. We'll have to see if they can put something together like they did last drive. 4 seconds remain in the first quarter, so good enough for one more play. Another snap. Direct snap, and a lot of yelling. Seemed like there was maybe a fumble. Carter Drews only got about 1. It's going to be marked down. It looks like Joel Colazar Jr. was in on that play. Nonetheless, we have hit the end of the first quarter, where Cambria-Friesland leads Palmyra-Eagle 6-0, and they are back on offense, but deep in their own territory. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on PETV. Welcome back to Palmyra-Eagle football live here on PETV as the Hilltoppers take over here in the second quarter, 2nd and 9 from their 10-yard line. And they're going to pass for the first time today, and it's picked off. Intercepted by Palmyra-Eagle. Dylan Walsh looking to take it to the outside, and Walsh will take it in for a touchdown. A pick six for Palmyra-Eagle, and just like that, this ball game is tied. What a play by Dylan Walsh, as it looked like it was Carter Drews who took the snap and was throwing it, trying to catch the Panthers off guard. It was a short throw, and it is just the 4th interception of the year for this Hilltoppers team, the first from Carter Drews. And Dylan Walsh, the man who needs to catch his breath after that pick six, is now on to attempt the extra point and make this a Palmyra-Eagle lead, as they were a lineman short. Joel Colazar Jr. needing to rush out there. Should have enough time to kick the field goal still, or kick the extra point rather. And it is up, and it is good. And just like that, Dylan Walsh himself has scored 7 points, and Palmyra-Eagle leads 7-6. 11:47 remaining. We just started the second quarter. Palmyra-Eagle now on top, and we'll be right back with Panther football here on PETV. Welcome back to Panther football live here on PETV, as the Panthers ready to kick it off after a pick six, and an extra point has made it Palmyra-Eagle 7, Cambria-Friesland 6. As a nice return here for Cambria-Friesland, and brought down immediately by Dylan Walsh, as it was Alex Raymond on the return, and it looked like if Walsh had not come in and make that tackle, he might have been gone. And it was just completely stuffed by the kicker. And Dylan Walsh has just been all over the field early on, making his presence felt in this ball game. In what could be his final game of his career. I mean, all these seniors, perhaps the final time you are going to step foot on a football field. You got to leave it all out there, and he is certainly doing that right now. Little sweep. And it's going to be brought down in the backfield by J.J. Thomas.
Tackle for loss on the play by J.J. Thomas.
And that was a deep loss. A lot loss there for the Hilltoppers. It's a loss of 3. 2nd and 13 coming up for the Hilltoppers, who have been stuffed on their last 2 runs. It was what led them to pass for the first time in the game on their last drive. In the backfield, they're going to do a little quarterback sneak here, and that is stuffed right away. Dylan Reiner and Joel Colazar Jr. bringing them down after a gain of about 1. 3rd and 12 coming up for Palmyra-Eagle, as it was Dayton McBride trying to sneak off with it from the quarterback position. And remember, Palmyra-Eagle had a hard time with that play last week. They just could not stop those QB draws. It was a big reason how Lord's Academy was able to score, or get into position to score, multiple touchdowns. 3rd and long here for Palmyra-Eagle, an opportunity to stop them. for the first time. And they're going to pass it again. This is a deep shot downfield, and it is incomplete. Knocked away Dylan Walsh on the coverage, and it was Carson Bermania on the play, and now he is down. And he will get up under his own power, hobbling off the football field, but Palmyra-Eagle gets him into a 4th and 12, and presumably a punt situation. And now just sitting down on the field, presumably not to get a delay of game, as he was going to have to go all the way to the opposite side. And so we'll get some water here for the injury timeout. A 7-6 ball game with 10:02 to play here in this first half. The first half where Cambria-Friesland, I mean, they came out in their first offensive possession and just looked dominant on the run. I mean, they were ripping off 10 yards a carry from Carter Drews, Callan Drews, as Carson Bermania able to walk off under his own power.
It'll be 4th down and 12 for the Hilltoppers.
But they have stopped him since. They stopped him on their second drive, did the Palmyra-Eagle defense on a run, and then it was thrown and intercepted for a pick 6. And then a couple stuffed runs, including one in the backfield, led the Hilltoppers to have to run, pass again. And it is incomplete. 4th and 12, they are going to punt it away. They'll punt it to Alex Harbison, right to him. We know he's a dangerous returner. Harbison looking around for some space. And Harbison will be tackled down up past midfield at about the 48-yard line. Bryce Wetzlaff was able to take him down. Palmyra-Eagle will start in Hilltopper territory.
First down and 10 from the Hilltoppers' 49-yard line.
And so an opportunity for Palmyra-Eagle to go up 2 scores here early on in this one. And even make it a 2-possession game if they would elect to go for 2. Brodzik takes a snap. We'll pitch it over to Johnson. And Johnson spun down
Johnson with about a 5-yard
after a hit there. 5-yard carry, and makes it 2nd and 5. Hoyt Helmer taking him down.
2nd down and 5 for the Panthers.
So Panthers team that's stalled out on their first and second offensive possessions on turnover and downs, then had to punt it away on their second drive, was hoping for a score here on offense. 2nd and 6. Brodzik in the shotgun formation. Sends Mishler in motion. Brodzik will take a snap, looking around. Dancing, and he's going to be taken down. A sack on the play from Braden Boos.
For 6 yards, sacked by Braden Bussey.
And Braden Bussey makes it 3rd and 11 with the sack. It is Bussey's first full sack of the year. Now at 1.5 on the season. 3rd and 11 for Palmyra-Eagle. 8:20 and counting off the clock in the 7-6 game. Mishler, Brodzik's going to go deep. And he has Walsh. What a catch from Dylan Walsh. And that'll be good enough for a Panthers first down and a lot more, as it was Alex Raymond in on the coverage. 31-yard gain, and Palmyra-Eagle, just like that, is within field goal range and near the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 20-yard line, actually, so they're in the red zone now. And what a way to change field positions. Is Brodzik able to hit Walsh deep, and Walsh high pointing that football again. He has just been all over this game, putting his fingerprints all over it so far. It's Harbison and Johnson in the backfield with Brodzik. And they're going to hand it off to Johnson, who's looking for a hole. Finds a little bit, but it closes up after a gain of about 3. Second and they'll call it 8. So gain of 2. Palmyra-Eagle has not been as effective as they were on the first drive with the run either. Both teams had really good first drives with their running backs, and since then, the holes have been few and far between. Cambria-Friesland stacking the box, only got 3 in coverage. And they're going to hand it off to Harbison. And Harbison yanked down by the face mask. Saw that one all the way from up here. And that'll be a free 15 yards for Palmyra-Eagle. It'll actually be likely half the distance to the goal. We'll see.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle.
There's a horse collar tackle, they say.
That'll be half the distance to the goal. And a Panthers first down.
So a big time break for Palmyra-Eagle as they now get a first down. Fresh set of downs here. And the ball way up. All the way to about the 10-yard line.
It'll be first down and goal from the 9-yard line.
First and goal coming up here for Palmyra-Eagle. So they got 4 downs to add on to their lead, or try to. Walsh and Mishler, the receivers out wide. Lebanowski in at tight end, and of course Harbison and Johnson in the backfield with Brodzik. Hand off to Harbison. Harbison is going to be dragged down from behind by Callan Drews. Little gain of 4. Makes it second and goal from the 6-yard line. Cambria-Friesland maybe a little shell-shocked here early on in this one. Yeah, this is a team that beat Westfield in overtime last week. Westfield easily took care of the Panthers. The only teams that they have lost to this season in conference are Randolph and Johnson Creek. Looks like the Blue Jays will control the division, and it's going to be sacked. Brodzik was taken down by Carter Drews, who came in practically untouched, and that'll back Palmyra-Eagle all the way up to about the 15-yard line. So third and goal for Palmyra-Eagle. And only so many times you can stop those big linemen from coming in. And again, you just clear size advantage here for Cambria-Friesland on the line. And a timeout is going to be taken by Palmyra-Eagle. So we will take one as well and be right back. It is 7-6 with 4:46 remaining in the first half. We'll be right back. This is Panther Football on PETV. All right, we are back with Panther Football here on PETV. Only about 4 minutes and some change left here in the first half. The Panthers have a third and goal situation back at the 15-yard line. And Brodzik going to take the snap. He's going to throw it to the end zone, and it is going to be intercepted by number 10, Carson Bermania. And with an interception, Palmyra-Eagle will miss out on points. In the red zone, the one thing that they could not have happen happened. And so still a 1-point ball game. Palmyra-Eagle has the lead. Cambria-Friesland, though, after 2 rough offensive drives, will look to get back into the driver's seat here, especially in the running game. Stack formation. They're going to take the snap, then hand it off. And here we go. A big-time rush by Drews. And he is going to be taken down by Dylan Walsh up near the 40-yard line on a gain of 35. Carter Drews took the handoff from Dayton McBride and nearly took it the distance. And those were the types of runs that this Cambria-Friesland crowd is used to seeing. The Hilltoppers completely flipping field position here now. Instead of being backed up in their own end zone, are at the 40-yard line and threatening to get points and take the lead here with 4 minutes to go in this ball game, or excuse me, in this half. Another handoff here, and it is going to be tackled down right near the line of scrimmage. It was Hoyt Helmer on the carry there. His first carry of the ball game. 2nd and 9 on the 1-yard gain. Dylan Reiner was able to get in there and take him down before anything could amount.
Brings up 2nd down and 9 for the Hilltoppers.
2nd and 9, Cambria-Friesland, 3:30 and counting in this first half. A 7-6 ball game where Palmyra-Eagle has the lead. That has been surprisingly a defensive ball game. As here's Drews again. Carter Drews taking it himself. That's going to be good for a gain of about 10 or 11. Logan Lebanowski brought him down, but not before. Drews secured the first down and gets it into Panther territory. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. 3 minutes now on the clock. Cambria-Friesland moving fast out of the huddle, but still taking enough time off this clock. That's exactly how you want to operate. Take enough time. Palmyra-Eagle cannot have much time to work with if you score. They're going to hand it off to the fullback. And a nice gain of about 8 there from Callendrew.
Pickup of about 8 yards on the play.
So Callendrews gets it up to be 2nd and 2 from about the 41-yard line. Time still ticking off this clock, 2:30 and counting. 7-6 game again, Palmyra-Eagle. For those who cannot see the score, little pitch out here is to Helmer, and Helmer trying to hit the hole hard.
29 Hoyt Helmer with a pit.
Harbison getting him down on the tackle. 3-yard gain, though, is good enough for a first down.
Good enough for
and a
10 for the Hilltoppers.
Hilltoppers continue to move the football in this little wing formation. They're going to hand it off to Drews, Carter Drews this time, and there's Lebanowski bringing him down after a gain of about 4 or 5.
Carter Drews with a
called 2nd and 5.
carry on the play, tackled by Logan Lebanowski.
Lebanowski brought him down. 1:51 to play in the first half. Hilltoppers. They're going to hand it off to the fullback. It's Callendrews. And Callendrews running over a few Panther defenders. Finally brought down by Lucas Skelton and John Burrell. Good enough for a first down.
About an 8-yard carry.
1:35 remaining in the first half.
First down and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
And we'll see if the Panthers are getting the bend but don't break strategy right now, but they're hoping that maybe the Hilltoppers can run out of time, as here's a double handoff, and not fooled by it was Joel Colazar Jr., as it was Hoyt Helmer who had the carry on a reverse. Good enough for a gain of 3 or 4. 2nd and 7 will be coming up, but not before we get a Cambria-Friesland timeout.
Timeout.
It's the first one for them with 1:12 remaining here before they head to the locker rooms for halftime. And again, for those of you who were not here at the beginning of the game, it is Parents' Night and Senior Night, so we will be with you through the ceremony at halftime and leave the audio on for that. Then it'll be muted until the start of the second half to avoid music copyrights. And on that note, we will be right back with Panther football here on PETV. We're back here with Panther football on PETV. 1:12 to play. Panthers stack in the box, and it's going to be a toss, a throw. It is complete, and a touchdown for Cambria-Friesland as Hoyt Helmer was able to catch that one from quarterback Dane McBride, his 7th touchdown of the season, the first completed pass today for the Hilltoppers. And I mean, everybody on Palmyra-Eagle was expecting run, and the Hilltoppers brought out the pass, and now we'll go for 2 to try to make this a 7-point ball game. Palmyra-Eagle does still have 1:03 to work with.
Okay, I have like 5 shots. Okay?
2-point conversion attempt is good. As Carter Drews takes it in, and it's 14-7 with 1:03 to play in this first half. Don't go anywhere, as we'll be right back with the remainder of the second quarter right here on PETV. We're back with Panther football here on PETV. The Cambria-Friesland Hilltoppers have taken a 7-point lead after a passing touchdown from Dayton McBride to Hoyt Helmer. And the Hilltoppers will kick it away here. Little squib kick from Harbison. Harbison taking it himself, and Harbison trying to find some sort of room. He's brought down up at the Panthers' 40-yard line. And so Palmyra-Eagle will start there with the football with 55 seconds to play here in this first half as they attempt to mount some sort of drive before they head into the locker room.
Panthers will take over first down and 10 from their 40-yard line.
Here we go, Brodzik with the football. 4 receivers set coming out here. Brett Johnson, the only man with him in the backfield. Looking around, shot is complete to Harbison, and he will take it out of bounds near the 50-yard line, close to a first down. Good enough for 9 yards. 2nd and 1 coming up, and it's going to be a holding penalty on Palmyra-Eagle. That's going to bring it back. So a 9-yard gain erased just like that, and Palmyra-Eagle will now have 1st and 20 from the 30-yard line. And a brutal blow for Palmyra-Eagle as they attempted to mount this drive, and it also takes 6 seconds off the clock for them to work with. And it has been little mistakes like that throughout the course of the season that have hurt Palmyra-Eagle on some of these key drives. Clock's still winding down as they're getting a play call in. 40 seconds and counting here for Palmyra-Eagle. Brodzik taking the snap. He's going to have to throw it. It's a screen play to Johnson, who had to jump up and get that one. It's good enough for a gain of 5. Up to the 35, 2nd and 15 coming up, as it looks like Palmyra-Eagle may be content with just letting time run off the clock and going into the locker room down 7. As we approach 10 seconds to play, it does not appear as if they're going to run another one. And that will be it for half number 1, where the Cambria-Friesland Hilltoppers lead 14-7. It has been a defensive game, but some flashes of offense on both sides. A pick 6 and a couple of rushing touchdowns by the Hilltoppers. We will stick with you with the mic on until we get to the senior night ceremony here during halftime, and then mute it before we get back to the second half. So this has been the first half here on PETV. Don't go anywhere. The second half will be up in just about 15 minutes. You're watching Panther football here on PETV.
Here, we want to give a big shout out to our senior football players for all their hard work and dedication that they put not only through their career, but the 2024 season. First up, senior number 2, the quarterback throughout most of the year, and defensive back. Fans, let's hear for number 2, Wilson Jones. Number 8, catching some big passes all year, and defensive back, Logan Lebanowski. Number 10, a wide receiver doing a lot of run blocking and a cornerback here for the Panthers. Number 10, Xavier Mishler. A wide receiver and cornerback has a few tackles tonight. Number 11, Lucas Skelton. Wide receiver leading for touchdowns on the team, and a big defensive back with a pick 6 already tonight. Number 21, Dylan Wall. Hard-nosed runner and a middle linebacker. Let's hear for number 33, Brett Johnson. Offensive linemen and throwing tackles all season long. Let's hear it for number 52, Dylan Reiner. Offensive lineman and a big stud there on the defensive line. Let's hear it for number 53, Gavin Schaefer. Fans, once again, let's give it up for our 2024-2025 senior football players. As the senior football players head back to the locker room to regroup for second half, we're going to welcome out our cheer team and their parents. We'd like to welcome Maddie Andre, escorted by her parents Josh and Tiffany and her sister Lily. Regan Canella, escorted by her parents Casey and Jared. Ava Wiedelstead, escorted by her parents Jeremy and Lauren. Gabby Medina, escorted by her mom, Marissa. Laura Boyle, escorted by her dad, Mike. Audrey Berg, escorted by her parents, Steve and Stephanie. Paula Chalmers, escorted by her mom, Cass. Evie Arena, escorted by her mom, Alana, her dad, Beto, and her grandma, Celestina. Fans, we have Maddie Andre. She's our lone senior cheerleader this year. She's been cheering for 10 years. Maddie is hardworking, loving, and an amazing teammate. She always puts her team first and never let anyone go unheard. She has not only led her team to where they are today, but also grown a family amongst them. Maddie is planning on going to the University of Nebraska, and she will be trying to make their cheer team. Thank you, Maddie, for your years of dedication, and we wish you the best of luck in your future. We love you, Maddie. And now, fans, welcome on to the field, your Palmyra-Eagle dance team.
Let's go, girls! Woo!
One, two, three. Have you played the scene?
Let's give it up for our Palmyra-Eagle dance team under the direction of Carly Powers. Palmyra-Eagle dance team will be getting into competition stage here in November and early into 2025. Once again, Palmyra-Eagle dance team. Fans, help support the Track and Field Boosters Club by grabbing yourself something from the concession stand. I believe they have hot and ice cold beverages there, as well as food to fill your belly. We'll be back here shortly with some flying action, second half action. In
Welcome back to Palmyra-Eagle Football live here on PETV as had a good halftime showcasing our seniors, their parents for both football and cheer. Got to see a dance team performance. Overall, a good halftime as Palmyra-Eagle kicks it away to the Hilltoppers, and they'll pick it up and trying to get a little bit of room, and it's nearly a fumble, but they're going to mark him down. They'll mark him down at the 30-yard line, so that is where the Hilltoppers will start off. Boy, that could have been huge for Palmyra-Eagle to start this one, but Cambria-Friesland will start at their own 30-yard line as they lead 14-7. And they had some rough offensive possessions in the first half. I mean, uncharacteristic for them. Just not able to run the football. They were getting stuffed. They were throwing the football more than they would have liked to. And again, that was what you had to do if you're a Palmyra-Eagle trying to win this football game. But on their last offensive possession of the half, they were able to get back to business and really run the football really well with this man right here, and that's Carter Drews. And this is actually his brother, Callan Drews, taking it for a gain of about 10, and then good enough for a first down. But whoever it was, they were able to run the football very well between the three-headed monster of Carter Drews, Callan Drews, and Hoyt Helmer. And this is a team that certainly wants to look to get up 2 scores and give themselves some breathing room on the scoreboard, and they have had a good start to the drive to do that. The running game able to wear down the defense as it goes, as Callan dragging defenders, dragging Johnson and Colazar Jr. till he got down after a gain of 8 at the 49-yard line. 2nd and 2.
Johnson and LJ Colazar Jr. brings up 2nd down and 2 for the Hilltoppers.
The 2 receivers out to the left now here for Cambria-Friesland. And it's going to be a quarterback sneak here. And brought down by Walsh was the runner Dayton McBride on a QB draw. Good enough for a first down for Cambria-Friesland, as they have now gotten into Palmyra-Eagle territory up to the 45. So Cambria-Friesland threatening early here. Handoff to Callan Drews, who has gotten all the carries so far in this second half, and Drews will be good for a gain of about 5 there. 2nd and 5 coming up. We have not seen Carter Drews yet this possession. So 2nd and 5, Palmyra-Eagle looking for their first real stop of the run on this drive so far, and there it's going to be another quarterback keeper, and not good enough for a first down, but good enough for 4, and it'll make it 3rd and 1 as Dayton McBride took it himself. 3rd and 1 coming up for the Hilltoppers.
Brings up 3rd down and 1 for the Hilltoppers.
Cambria getting some subs in here. They're going to have to get a play up or a play off here, or they're going to run out of time. 4 seconds, 3 seconds on the play clock, 2, and they're just going to have to call a timeout to avoid a delay of game penalty. And an early mistake there for Cambria-Friesland. But nonetheless, with 8:54 remaining in the 3rd quarter, it's 14-7. Hilltoppers have a 3rd and 1 coming up. We are back here on 3rd and 1. Hilltoppers bring multiple people into the backfield, hand it off. It's good enough for a first down and more as they continue to push. It was Callan Drews on the carry.
Callan Drews was on a 6-yard carry on the play.
6 yards on the gain, and it'll be at the 30-yard line for 1st and 10 for the Cambria-Friesland Hilltoppers. Bring back this formation. Now they're going to hand it off, and here is Carter Drews, and he is going into the secondary and finally gets dragged down in the red zone at about the 14-yard line or so. Dylan Walsh was able to get him down, but Carter Drews exploded like a cannon on his first carry of the drive. Approaching 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter. And the Hilltoppers threatening to score. And hand off to Callan Drews up the middle. And finally brought down by a few Panther defenders there. Brett Johnson getting in there, as well as Zane Sprager. Good enough for a gain of about 3. 2nd and 7 going to be coming up for the Hilltoppers. This is a Panthers defense that has been good this season. I mean, they have been able to have some really good moments, some bend but don't break moments, and this would be one right here if they were able to stop them. But on 2 drives where the Hilltoppers have gotten something going in the rushing game, they have not been able to be stopped. Handing it off to Carter Drews, who will find the pylon, and he's in for a touchdown. And there's a flag down, perhaps a holding penalty, and it is going to go against Cambria-Friesland. So call it off. It is not going to be a touchdown.
Holding on the Hilltoppers. That's a 10-yard penalty.
And so Cambria-Friesland will be backed up 10 yards from the spot of that foul. And so potential touchdown wiped away, and it will make it 2nd and about 15 from the 19-yard line, it looks like.
2nd and 15 from the 19-yard line after the penalty.
7 minutes, 12 seconds remaining here in this third quarter as Cambria-Friesland goes back to the drawing board for another 2nd down try. Dayton McBride still under center with Callan Drews right behind him, and now a stoppage. Not entirely sure what this is for.
Correction will be 2nd down and 14 from the 17-yard line.
So they're going to give him a few yards, and around the corner goes Dayton McBride, and McBride trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. He's got a gain of about 4, and it makes it 3rd and 10 after Zane Sprager shoved him out. So a 3rd down and 10 coming up here.
3rd down and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
From about the, looks like, 13-yard line. Less than 7 minutes to play now here in this third quarter, as the Cambria-Friesland Hilltoppers looking to add to a 14-7 lead. Fake the handoff, passing the football, throwing. It is going to be over the head of an open receiver. And intended on the play was Austin Evans.
The intended receiver.
It'll make it 4th and 10, maybe 4th and 11. As they mark the last one, 3rd and 11. So 4th and 11 coming up here. And what do you do if you're Cambria-Friesland? Do you go for this one, trying to get the first or the touchdown? Or do you take the field goal? This is a team that has not attempted a field goal all year. And a timeout coming here for Cambria-Friesland. So that's already their 2nd of the second half. And we will be right back. 6:50 to play. A massive decision coming up for the Hilltoppers on 4th and 11. Here we go. We are back. 4th and 11 on a team that is 12 for 14 on 4th down attempts this season. Friesland passing. It is, I think, complete. They haven't marked anything. Complete, and it will be enough for a first if they mark it as such. I think they did. There's still no word yet. But, I mean, with the way they're setting the football, it certainly looks like it's going to be a first down.
Hayden McBride pass to Carson Bernini.
And it's complete, so it'll be a first down.
And a first down.
And a huge 4th down conversion there.
3-yard line for the Hilltoppers.
And they're still, the referees are converging right now. I mean, they never gave any signal as if it was complete or not. They just kind of started marking the ball as if it was. So, presumably, and we're still waiting. Oh, they're going to get a measurement here. Okay. So, no first down yet. It's close. It was ruled a completed pass, but not yet a first down. As here comes the chain gang out. And I mean, well above the needed line to gain for the first down. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not even entirely sure why the measurement was needed there, but nonetheless, Cambria-Friesland 1st and goal from the 3-yard line after a huge 4th and 11 pickup. Man in motion, Hilltoppers. Hand it off to Carter Drews. He walks his way in for another Cambria-Friesland touchdown. 3-yard touchdown carry by Carter Drews, his second of the game, and it is now 20-7 with 6:29 remaining here in this third quarter. And they will go for 2. And it's McBride, and that is no good. Intended on the play for Garrett Serdersma.
Score with 6:29 remaining in the third quarter.
And so, with 6:29 remaining in the third quarter, it's 20-7. Cambria-Friesland will be right back as Palmyra-Eagle has their first possession of the second half right here on PETV. And we're back here on PETV with the kickoff. Cambria-Friesland kicking it away. It's going to be returned by Walsh. Walsh. Oh, getting down to try and break that tackle, and that was a big hit. I mean, Dylan Walsh is still down on that play.
15-yard return tackled by Kalen Drews.
And Kalen Drews knocked him down, and I mean, it sounded like helmet's colliding. He's already up, so it's good. But that was a loud hit. 20-7 with 6:22 for those who are just joining us. We want to thank all 74 of you in here right now. We had 81 at our highest. Thank everybody for liking and watching and subscribing as we wind down here on the fall season. But we are not done yet. PETV will have the Panthers volleyball game, the WIA regional game against Milwaukee Juno, coming up this Tuesday at 7 p.m. And we'll be at home Every home varsity game streamed live here on PETV. It has been a great first season for PETV here with football, with volleyball. As we get set here for the Panthers' first offensive possession of the second half. Brodzik will take the snap, hands it off to Johnson, and Johnson will not have much there. Not even to gain a 1. Looks like down at the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10 after no gain. Carter Drew's getting in there, and he has, again, put his fingerprints all over this game, just as Dylan Walsh has. And got somebody to move. Not entirely sure. It looked like that was offsides. Yeah, I don't think anybody moved on the offensive line. So, 45 yards there for Palmyra-Eagle. Makes it 2nd and 5.
It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Panthers.
Not entirely sure who that was who just kind of walked across the line there, but snap count got him. 2nd and 5. Well, they're kind of marking it as a 2nd and 4 right now, even after the no gain. So we'll call it a 2nd and 4. Handoff is to Johnson, and he is taken down after a loss of 1. Maybe even, yeah, a loss of 1, they'll call it. 3rd and 5 is going to be coming up for the Panthers. Just have not been able to get anything going on the ground since really the first drive. And Dylan Walsh is back out there now. It's good to see. And a timeout coming here for Palmyra-Eagle with 4:42 remaining in the third quarter. It is 20-7 in favor of Cambria-Friesland. We'll be right back. Panther football live here on PETV. We are back. Panthers have a 3rd and 5 coming up here from their own 39-yard line in a 20-7 game where Cambria-Friesland leads and 4:42 remaining in the third quarter. Brodzik takes the snap, looking around. He's got a man deep. It's Mishler trying to catch it over a man, but it is incomplete. Dayton McBride in there on the coverage, and it'll bring up 4th and 5. And a deep shot taken, just a little underthrown as Mishler had a step on him. We'll see what they do here on 4th. And it looks like they're gonna be set to punt it away here. Walsh back, ready to punt it away.
Deep to receive Hoyt Helmer.
Hoyt Helmer is deep to receive for the Hilltoppers. Walsh punting it away. High punt is caught. Missed the tackle. Here's Helmer. Helmer has some space to work with. Hoyt Helmer, one man to beat. He is going to be gone. The first return touchdown of the season for the Hilltoppers. But wait, a penalty flag on the field. We're going to see what the call is. May have been a block in the back. Waiting on the call here from the referees. Flag was all the way back down at the 45. And boy, Hoyt Helmer, once he missed that first one, he shot out of a cannon and found the seam, and just nobody was there to catch him. But it may have been all for naught if it is indeed a penalty on Cambria-Friesland. Long discussion here by the referees. And I mean, they are still conferring. We have two sets of them conferring. As you see, one right near midfield and one all the way down near the end zone. And still no signal. Touchdown. And it is a touchdown. So that's going to be a personal foul on Cambria-Friesland, but it looks like the touchdown is going to stand. So this maybe just walked off on the kickoff. I'm not entirely sure what the call was. It was a personal foul of some kind. But nonetheless, Cambria-Friesland now leads 26-7 with just over 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter on the Hoyt Helmer punt return for a touchdown. And now they will attempt the two-point conversion. You might have waved the flag off. Not entirely, not sure what that was, but the most important thing to take away from it is that it is a touchdown for the Hilltoppers. Handed off to Drews. Carter Drews is in. Walks in nearly untouched for the two-point conversion, and it's 28-7 with 4:11 to play here in the third quarter. And so we will be right back as the Panthers offense will be right back out on the field. They are down 21, but still have time to operate. You're watching Panther football here on PETV. Welcome back to Panther football here on PETV. They did mark the penalty off on the kickoff, so they'll kick off from the 25-yard line. And this one is going to go all the way back. Walsh finally picks it up at around the 25-yard line, and Walsh with just really nowhere to go, looking for anything, and he'll work his way up to about the 35, a little less than that, around the 35-yard line. Makes it easy for the chain gang. They don't really have to move much. Penalty flag also flies, so we'll see what that is about.
Flag on the play.
And I believe that's a chop block. Yep. Illegal block on Palmyra-Eagle. We'll back them up and give them worse starting field position. So as this one gets marked off, Panthers will start at about their own 20-yard line. Officially mark it at the 19. First and 10 coming up here for Palmyra-Eagle. Four-minute stop right here in the third quarter, and then all of the fourth quarter. Brodzik takes the snap. We'll pitch it over to Johnson. And Brett Johnson has a nice gain of about a few, 2 or 3.
Good for about 3 yards.
Brought down, and we have an injured Cambria-Friesland member on the team. A little slow to get up. No, he's okay. That was Carter Drews making the tackle. And he'll come off the field. 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard gain from Johnson. Palmyra-Eagle letting some clock run here. Mishler in motion. Brodzik takes a snap. Little slants is complete to Harbison, and he will be brought down after a gain of about 7. And good enough for a Panthers first down. A well-run slant play there. Cambria-Friesland plays about 6 or 7 yards off. .245 and counting now here in this third quarter. Left to play. Another pitch over to Brett Johnson, and Johnson finds a little bit of a hole, but he will be brought down from behind by Callan Drews.
Tackled by number 8.
4-yard gain. 2nd and a short 7 coming up here for the Panthers. And the Drews brothers have been all over this football field today for Cambria-Friesland. Carter and Callan. Carter, the senior. And this pass is complete. A little high to Harbison. And Harbison will have it complete before being dragged down by Hoyt Helmer and a few other Hilltopper defenders. Good enough for a gain of about 5, and it'll be 3rd and 2. So big third down coming up here for Palmyra-Eagle, trying to keep this drive going, trying to get something going to work themselves back into this ball game. 141 and counting. Man in motion is Mishler. Hand off to Brett Johnson. Johnson finding some space. Brett Johnson trying to get to the outside. Johnson up the sideline and dragged down at about the 38. Good enough for a Panthers first down and much more as the Panthers work it into Hilltopper territory. With 1:18 remaining in this third quarter, the Panthers are starting to put together a nice drive.
From the Hilltoppers 42-yard line.
Up to the 42-yard line of Cambria-Friesland. Brodzik takes the snap. He's looking to pass again. Brodzik rolling to his left. Now rolling to his right, and the pocket collapses. Dragged down on the play. Evan Capetta and a number 79 not listed. Braden Buss in there as well. So 2nd and 20 after that 10-yard sack that puts the Panthers back. That's about a loss of 8, so it puts them back at midfield. And a fumble, and I believe the Panthers got on top of it. It looked like Brodzik was able to get it back. He did. But another loss, a loss of 4 on that one, and it'll make it 3rd and 24 coming up here for Palmyra-Eagle, and a promising drive just like that with a few big losses has become a big 3rd and 24. We'll be right back as it's the end of the third quarter. It is Cambria-Friesland 28, Palmyra-Eagle 7. Welcome back to Palmyra-Eagle football here on PETV. It is the fourth quarter. Cambria-Friesland leads 28-7, and Ryan Brodzik here is just going to have to take a shot on 3rd and 24. It is complete over to Xavier Mischler, but just about a yard or two short of getting back to the original line of scrimmage. Good for a gain of about 12, and it'll be 4th and 12.
It'll be 4th down and 12 for the Panthers.
So, Palmyra-Eagle here in the fourth quarter might as well go for it. Really got nothing to lose at this point in a 21-point deficit. Got to start getting some of these back if you want to have any shot of winning this football game. Man in motion is Xavier Mischler. And another low snap. Brodzik looking around, and Brodzik is sacked. The 3rd sack of this ball game. Getting in there was Evan Capetta and Ashton Brusveen. And on 4th down, the Palmyra-Eagle Panthers cannot get anything rolling, and they will turn it over on downs. 28-7 ball game with Cambria-Friesland at their own 49-yard line, right by Palmyra-Eagle territory. 11-11 to play in this football game and the Panthers season. They're going to hand it off to Carter Drews. Drews trying to hit the outside, and he is brought down on the play. It was Lucas Skelton who was able to get to him first. Gain of about 8. 2nd and 2 coming up for Cambria-Friesland.
Flag on the play.
And a penalty flag flies. It's going to be holding on the Hilltoppers. So,
That's a spot foul. Be
or maybe a block in the back. Not entirely sure what the penalty call was, but nonetheless, back him up. And it'll make it 1st and 12. Less than 11 to play now. 2 receivers set out to the left. And it's supposed to be an option, it looks like. They're just going to throw it over to Carter Drews. Drews going back to the left, making a few men miss. And he will finally be brought down, but not before he turns a loss into about a 3 or 4 yard gain. Actually, it'll be more than 3 or 4 yards. It'll be about a 5 yard gain. So 2nd and 8 coming up. Alex Harbison was the one who finally brought him down. And it's just the athleticism of Carter Drews saving that play. And we thank every one of you, 75 viewers currently sticking around watching this football game. Pleasure to bring it to you here on PETV. It's a cold night out now. It was very nice today as Drews takes the handoff and takes it down the sideline. Nobody is going to catch Carter Drews. He walks in for another touchdown, but there's another flag on the play. So we're going to see what that one was. That's all the way back in the backfield. And it's a holding penalty, so that'll wipe it away. But yeah, much colder night out than it was earlier today. So all 76 here are getting the best seat in the house, in the couch, as they would say. It would come to temperature-wise. Of course, the atmosphere, and it can't be beat at a live game. So after the holding penalty, it'll make it 2nd and 15 here from the 44-yard line of Cambria-Friesland. That would have been Carter Drews' 3rd touchdown of the game. Gets wiped away on the holding penalty. Now it'll be McBride looking around, trying to make something out of nothing, and he throws. It is incomplete. Pass intended for, looks like, Garrett Swordsma.
Pass intended for Garrett Swordsma from Dayton McBride, incomplete.
So Dayton McBride's pass incomplete, makes it 3rd and 15.
It brings up 3rd down and 15 for the Hilltoppers.
9:33 to play in this ball game right now, in a 28-7 game for anybody who may just be joining us. It has been, that was a close game early. It was 14-7 going into halftime, but Cambria-Friesland has come out and has put the clamps down on defense and also gotten a couple nice offensive drives. They had a rushing touchdown and they also had a punt return touchdown. And the penalty flag fly, so inadvertent, they're going to wipe it off. Still 3rd and 15. And Cambria-Friesland bringing somebody on late into the huddle here. So here they come, 3rd and a while. Hand it off to Carter Drews. Drews, oh, he nearly found a hole, but he's tripped up, looks like, by Logan Lebanowski there. Gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a yard more to midfield. 4th and 9 coming up for the Hilltoppers.
Logan Lebanowski and John Burrell. Brings up 4th down and 9 for the Hilltoppers.
So here we go, punt coming for the Hilltoppers. Punt is away. Skied kick. And it is going to be down at about the 30-yard line of Palmyra-Eagle. Call it the 28. And that's where the Panthers have the ball, 1st and 10 with 8:52 to play. Still time for a possible comeback, but they will have to get some scores here on this drive, most likely, or it will be very hard to see the mounting comeback. Again, crazier things have happened, but still time right now for Palmyra-Eagle if they can score on this possession. And, of course, the quicker the better at this point. Here we go, Brodzik in the shotgun. Throwing is going to be a screenplay over to Harbison. Harbison trying to find some space. He finds none. Taken down by number 60, Ashton Brusveen.
Another yard on the play, tackled by Ashton Brusveen. Bring up
2nd and 9 coming up.
2nd and 9 for the Panthers.
8:30 and counting here in the 4th quarter. Five receiver set. Nobody in the backfield here for Palmyra-Eagle. Harbison's the man in motion. Throwing. It's going to be another screenplay, and it's incomplete. Intended for Xavier Mishler, and just went right through his hands. And it'll bring up 3rd and 10. 3rd and 9.
From Ryan Brodzik, falls incomplete. Bring up 3rd down and 9 for the Panthers.
So, Palmyra-Eagle, 2 more plays to try to work here on this possession. Short screenplay for 1 and an incomplete pass so far. Another 5 receiver set coming out here for the Panthers. They're going to snap the football. Screenplay coming up here. It is incomplete. Over the head, off the fingertips of Brett Johnson. And 3 screenplays in a row. None have really gone for much. 2 incomplete, 1 for a yard. And it is 4th and 9 now for Palmyra-Eagle. And they are going to punt this one away with Walsh. Panthers set to punt this one away. Back to Hoyt Helmer, who has a punt return touchdown already. Sky-high kick. And it's going to be down at about the, let's see where they marked this. Looks like at the 27. They're going to keep it here. They're going to bring it up a little bit, I think. Probably should have been a penalty there as well. I ran into the returner. And so they're going to mark him down at the 29, it looks like.
We'll move to the 29-yard line where the Hilltoppers will take
And
over.
so the Hilltoppers have 1st and 10 with 7:49 on this clock and a 3-touchdown lead, 28-7. They're going to hand it off to Carter Drews. Drews looking for the outside. Carter Drews. That's going to be good for a gain of 11 or 12. And a 1st down for Cambria-Friesland.
Tackle on the play by Logan Lebanowski.
Lebanowski got him down.
Flag on the play.
Another penalty flag in the backfield. It looks like they're backing up. Believe it might be another holding call. Yep. Some holding penalties have plagued Cambria-Friesland late into this second half here.
About 9-yard variety. Bring up.
So, first and about 19 or 20 as around the corner here comes Carter Drews. And Drews will work it up the sideline all the way up to, let's see where they mark this here, at about the 40-yard line. That's a 22-yard run and good enough for a Cambria-Friesland 1st down. So, holding penalty be darned. It was a 1st down nonetheless for the Hilltoppers. Just took an extra play to do it. Close to about 7 minutes remaining here in the 4th. Looking around, it's going to be a direct snap to Carter Drews. Drews looking for a hole, and he will work his way up. And a pretty nice gain. It's going to be a gain of about 7 or 8. Call it a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. As they work this up to their own 48-yard line.
Tackle on the play by John Burrell.
John Burrell was the one who was able to get him down.
Brings up 2nd down and 3.
2nd and 3 as time continues to tick off the clock here. Looking around. It is McBride trying to hit the corner, and he does. And McBride making a few men miss before finally being brought out. He's going to be penalized. It might be a late hit here. Cambria-Friesland crowd does not take a liking to that, of course. It'll be a 7-yard gain. It'll be enough for a 1st down, and we'll see what the penalty is here again, assuming it's a personal foul.
Flag on the play.
And now they're going to call holding here on Cambria-Friesland. And so the Hilltoppers crowd even more upset after that one. So, back to 2nd down, 2nd and 5 this time. Ultimately didn't lose him too many yards, only a couple, but did not get the 1st down. So here we go. On 2nd and 4 now they're marking it. Back in their own territory for the Hilltoppers. Handoff, and it's a reverse, and it is... That was Hoyt Helmer on the carry, and he'll have enough for a 1st down, getting into Panther territory and working his way up to the 44-yard line of the Panthers.
Good for about 10 yards and a 1st down for the Hilltoppers. Tackle on the play.
And more importantly, the clock continues to run as Cambria-Friesland trying to secure
For the Panthers, 44-yard line.
their 5th win in conference this season. They will be going to the WIA playoffs. As here's a run up the middle, and look at this. Another nice gain from the Hilltoppers. Carter Drews working his way up for 20. Good enough for a 1st down as Harbison finally able to bring him down. Timeout Palmyra-Eagle with 5:37. It is a 28-7 game with Cambria-Friesland threatening to add more. We'll be right back. This is Panther Football on PETV. We're back for Panthers football here in PETV after the Panthers took a timeout. Here's a handoff to probably Carter Drews. It is. Good enough for a gain of 9 and makes it 2nd and 1. And another timeout coming here. This time an injury timeout for Palmyra-Eagle as it's Zane Sprager. And we will be right back here on PETV. Welcome back to Panther Football here on PETV. After the injury timeout, it'll be 2nd and 1 for Cambria-Friesland, as this is a run up the middle. And the first time here in the second half where it's really not gone for much. It'll go for 2, though, which is enough for a first down at least. As we approach 5 minutes and pass it now, remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Tackled by 52, Dylan Reiner. We first down and 10 for the Hilltoppers.
Handoff to Carter Drews, his 3rd TD of the ball game, and Cambria-Friesland now leads 34-7 on the 13-yard touchdown run. So here they come on another 2-point attempt after the score. And fullback handoff here, and Hoyt Helmer takes it himself up the gut, good enough for a 2-point conversion. And we will be right back as the Hilltoppers now have a 36-7 lead with 4:30 to play in this ball game. We'll be right back. This is Panther football on PE TV. And we're back here on PETV. Panthers now down 36-7 after the Hilltoppers touchdown. A little squib kick gets knocked into the air and recovered by Lucas Skelton.
Recovered by number 11, Lucas Skelton.
So the Panthers will set up shop in nice territory at their own 43.
43-yard line.
With 4:22 to play. Looked like a squib kick that just kind of went awry for Cambria-Friesland. And Wilson Jones back in there at QB after he was injured, of course, a couple weeks back on the road against Westfield. And he's back as he's a senior. This is the final time he will play in high school football. A little pitch to Brett Johnson, and Johnson is going to stay up after the tackle and then be brought down still after a loss of about 5.
With a pitch, about a 3-yard loss on the play.
They're going to call a loss of 3, actually. Down to the 40. 2nd and 13 coming up here for Palmyra-Eagle. Again, a reminder to everybody that while the varsity volleyball will be over for the season, we still have volleyball, as the Panthers volleyball team will take on Milwaukee Juneau at home on Tuesday, this Tuesday, 7 o'clock. There's a run by Brett Johnson. Good for about 1 there. Gain of 1. 3rd and 12 coming up. They'll be taking on Milwaukee Juneau at home. We'll be streaming it live here on PTV. Game will start at 7 o'clock in the high school gymnasium, but we highly encourage everybody to come out and support the Panthers. We need it loud in there for a playoff atmosphere. WIA Regionals will be coming up and coming back to Palmyra-Eagle. And again, those are WIA games. Any passes you may have do not work for those. Need to buy tickets for the WIA regional games. Handoff to Brett Johnson. Another gain of about 1 thanks to forward progress. It will make it 4th and 11. 2:35 remaining here in this football game. 36-7 game for anybody who may be unaware. 4th and 11 coming up here for Palmyra-Eagle. And it looks like they may go for it. And they're running the punt team back. I'm not entirely sure what Palmyra-Eagle is doing yet. Looks like they're kind of waiting for a call. Just kind of letting time tick off here as they hit the 2-minute mark. And final timeout taken by the Panthers.
Palmyra-Eagle Panthers take their 3rd timeout.
As we get ready for presumably a punt. It's been a great season here for Palmyra-Eagle, despite the end result. Some of these conference games started off 4-0 on the season. It's the best start since 2019 for this Panthers squad. New head coach Brandon Wild, new assistants, all getting involved here, working to make this program back into what it has been in the past. Of course, the past couple seasons have not been the best for Palmyra-Eagle. They'll end the season at 4-5 overall. 2-5 in conference. But still a lot of positives to take back from this season. And coming into next year's, there's a lot of returning players here. We'll provide some senior experience. As Wilson Jones on 4th down, looking to throw deep. It is a 50-50 ball. We're going to see what they call it. And they're going to say it was caught. It was caught, according to the referees. Dayton McBride seems to disagree, and as does all of Cambria-Friesland's fans. I mean, it was about as 50-50 as a ball as you can get. And typically the 50-50 balls are ruled to go to the receiver. It was McBride who came away with it after the scuffle, but again, coming to the ground, it was 50-50. You give those to the wide receivers. First and 10 here. Give it to Harbison. And he's dragged down in the backfield by Callan Drews and a couple other defenders. It's going to be a loss of about 5, it looks like. 2nd and 15 coming up with a minute remaining, and it is ticking down on the clock. The Panthers just looking to wind this one down. But what a nice final pass there from Wilson Jones, the senior. Assuming that he does not pass it again. .34 seconds and counting here. Panthers will have to snap it one more time. They will. Wilson Jones going to take a shot deep. It is, nearly intercepted.
Wilson Jones pass intended for Dylan Walsh.
Intended for Dylan Walsh, just went over the head, and it was a wide open interception there. Alex Raymond, the one unable to corral it. 3rd and 15 coming up. 16 seconds remaining on the clock, but of course the time stops with an incomplete pass. So they will have to run another play. I'd like to say that it's been great commentating here. Getting back into the play-by-play for Palmyra-Eagle. We appreciate everybody who has helped make PETV become a reality and has made sure that we can broadcast these games live. Thank you to the coaches who have allowed us to and will allow us to put these games back up. All the recordings, as that's a fumble, going to be recovered by Palmyra-Eagle, but that should be the final play of the ball game. Assuming they wind the clock, it will. And that is it for the Palmyra-Eagle Panthers game tonight and the season for Palmyra-Eagle football 2020-24. And a big clap, big hand to the seniors who have worked for 4 years and have, again, made this program better, improved themselves. 36-7, the final score here today. Cambria-Friesland will look forward to a playoff matchup. Palmyra-Eagle will end their season at 4-5 overall. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here on PETV tonight and this entire season for Palmyra-Eagle football. Again, Palmyra-Eagle volleyball has the WIA regional game coming up this Tuesday at 7 p.m. We'll be live for that as they face off against Milwaukee Juno. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this season. I'm Nolan Kapodlowski saying have a good night. And go Panthers.